Alright guys, so today we're going to do a small update on all the accessories that we have installed and what exactly the base function for each one of them. Some of them are pretty clear, so some of those I will add a little bit of comments on how it's been working. I've been having a couple of those accessories for a long time, so let's just start on. So first of all, we're going to start with the front. So I add a front bumper. Obviously this is for security. What it will do is, it will protect you. It also adds a really aggressive look. At the same time, it's going to be the holder for the winch, which as you can see on the last ride that we had on the Black Diamond trails, and Hollister was really helpful to actually allow me to go back on my four wheels when I rolled over. So that's allowed me to do that. But the basic function is to really protect the vehicle. This one is the one from BRP, so it's the Can-Am one, the original one with the same color as the cage. So that's the one I took. From there you can see the winch, which is a super winch. This one is the super winch. I think it's the max capacity. That's also on the BRP catalog from Can-Am, but it's from super winch as well. So I've installed those ones that allow me to not only to pull anyone or get me out of trouble, use that winch to help also other people. If you saw some of the videos on the trails that we have done, we've pulled a couple of vehicles out from the mud or from difficult trails. This is really helpful. I really recommend to have one. From there, other accessories that we have, we also added a couple of spotlights. So those ones, we bought them on Amazon. It was really cheap. We bought them for $30 for the pair and come with the harness, so that was really useful and saved a lot of money. At the same time, it was really easy to install, and the other advantage on this is that it really allows at night to have really good visibility, so that was really great. Other things that we also added, we also have here one of our light bars, which is one that we bought from Side by Side Stuff, which is from Sports Light. That's the brand. It's an American brand, but it's not really well known, but has really good quality products. That a specific bar, it's a 8-inch bar, and the good thing is it actually has the LEDs that change color on the sides, and then you have the white LED that actually really allows you to see really far away. So that plus the spot on the bottom adds a lot of light on it, so that's pretty good. From there, other things that we've added, so we just recently added here spacers. So it's a 2-inch spacers on each of the wheels, so we added 4 total. So these will allow us to actually add some width to the vehicle, which allows to have more stability. The reason we really add those, it's really simple. It's, as you can see, I also added a spacer on the springs, which allow me to raise the vehicle a little bit more. So you can see here the height of the vehicle is higher than normal, so that's what we have added. So since we added a little bit of height, we required to actually add some width as well to have a lower of gravity, or a center of gravity that was stable enough, since we don't have the same height as standard. The other things that we did is we actually preloaded everything to the Fox Pro Tune requirements for these shocks. So since those are the Pro Fox shocks, so we did the pre-tune with the spacers and we have the spacers to the wheel, so that way you can have that really large width on the vehicle. Make sure that you keep your vehicle stable, and it's allow us to gain ground clearance since we added those spring spacers. So we have the ground clearance, we have the width, the vehicle is rebalanced, everything is awesome. It keeps to make sure that we go through all difficulties and all kind of difficult obstacles, so that's really great. Another thing that we added, and this is more for cosmetic, is we added an assault grill. This one also we added is from Assault as well, but this one actually originally there's nothing here, and you can actually have a couple of like debris or mud coming in, so this adds a little bit of protection. The other one is really more for looks, so that's pretty great. Other things that we also added here is we actually added the mud flaps. So these are from Rock Blocks, so these actually allow us to have all the mud and sand out of the vehicle, out of the cabin as well. We also have the half windshield. So this is really more for protection on water or even mud or dirt or anything that comes on the vehicle. This a little bit adds a little bit of resistance and protection to it, which is really great. Other things that we added is on the sides we actually have the side protectors. So those are really good. As you can see, they're already pretty much beat up. So even if we add some ground clearance, you can see that you still have a lot of different obstacles that will come and hit. And this actually, these are used for protection as well. So that's pretty good. Another thing that we're gonna add here, and that we also added, so we have the same protection on the other side, is going to be the bar lights on top. So I added this 7-inch on top, which add luminosity as well. So this makes everything extremely bright and allow us to see everything at night, which is really good. So here we have that. It allow us to actually, you know, have more visibility. Top LED bar, same again, adds more visibility to it, which is really great. So that allows us to have all that visibility in, especially when we ride it now, which is really awesome. Another things that you will see on the vehicle as well is we actually have here a couple of rock lights. So these changing colors, we have a mobile app that we actually control from the iPad. So from the iPad we actually control the different colors of the lights that come to clear and illuminate the vehicle. This is to give it like a really good ambience light. So we have another one right here, I don't know if you can see it, right there, another one right there, and we also have another one here. So you see the wire there, here under the grill, that adds that, you know, like ambient light, which is really great. So now we're gonna go a little bit more in details inside the cabin. So here in the cabin, one of the things that you will see is we added the tablet holder. So this is what allows me to put my iPad. So my iPad is used for multiple things. One is to control the GPS that I use, the GPS app that I use. So I have that. Two, to control the music. So I have the Motomania Culiacan sound system here that has 2 subwoofers, 8 speakers, a bunch of switches that I have to connect all the different lights and accessories. So all the music is actually controlled from my iPad. So I have GPS and music control by here. The other thing that I also have is here I have the AutoVox with a front camera and a rear camera as well, that allows me to see everything that is behind me. As you can know, on an X3 the visibility really sucks and it's not really good. So this allows me to have a rear camera to not only record my rides, but also as well to actually see everything that is behind me. And on top of it, I also connected to the iPad, so I have basically a big screen where I can actually also see what's happening behind me as well, and control the recording of both front and rear cameras, as well as the GoPros that I have. So I have a GoPro mount in the middle and a GoPro mount over there on the corner, so that allows me to control the GoPros as well. Here you will see this little knob is because I also have on this vehicle another screen right here. That is the Stage 5 from Evolution Power Sport. So I've installed the Stage 5 from Evolution Power Sport, so this gives me way more power, allows me to get out of trouble when I need that extra power. The Stage 5 definitely let me rock and get out of any kind of issue or trouble. Stage 5 I really recommend it, and we'll go and see what on the Stage 5 as well. So here you can see a couple of the switches. So these are for my light bars on the front and on the top, and I also have all these switches right here that control all the different spots lights and rear lights as well as my my whip. So I have a LED colored whip that I also have, and allows me to control that as well. Other things that you will see here is we also put this gear, kind of like it's more for looks. It's not really additional functioning or anything, but it's more for the looks. It's really sturdy. I really like the color popping out, so that's why I installed it. Another thing that we also installed here is we have side bags, so on the passenger as well as on the pilot. So we have the Can-Am BRP side bags, so that's allowed to put any kind of storage, anything that you want to add, you know, like cap, your cell phones, whatever it may be. It keeps them really out of the water, out of everything. It's really protective and it's really good. Another thing that we also added here, as you can see there on the corner, we have the rock lights also on the inside. That gives that, you know, really great you know, ambience cabin that we have also on the inside. Same again, here we have the usual controls from Can-Am, all this. Here, this is the rock lights that we have on the back. I will show them to you in a sec. We have here a USB charger as well. So that's a USB charger for the iPad. And then here we have the regular lights, and then the two light bars that I use, switches that I have for the light bars as well in here. So that's pretty good. Let's go a little bit on the back. On the back, you will see we have the central bag, which is my tool bag. That's where I have all the different tools. You can see the mess over there. That's the tools that I actually put in. So that's what I have. I also, as you can see, I added side bags on the rear passenger and the rear pilot seat. So that's for my guests to be able to store all the different accessories that they may have, or cell phones, wallets, whatever it may be. So that's really useful. Same again, I just want to make sure that you see the sound system, which is really amazing. It's 8 speakers, 2 subwoofer, 1 big amp, and the stereo over there that is Bluetooth connected. So that's allowed to really have that, you know, extra sound when you wanna ride, have some music, have some good party. That's what you have. Another thing that you see on the back, and this is really important as well, is the particle separator. So as you can see there, we have that particle separator that is doing a really great job. So the basic function of the particle separator is to make sure that, you know, when you are riding on dirt, on mud, or whatever you are riding on, this actually separates all the dust and the dirt and all the nasty things from the air, and that way your air filter only gets like really clean air, and that's more for maintenance, to make sure you maintain the power on your engine. You don't have an air filter that's stuck or it's full of mud, and that reduces the amount of air coming into your engine, or endangers your engine of having, you know, kind of dust that will damage the engine. So that's the job of the particle separator. So that's really great. Other items that you will see here on the back. So we'll start from the cooler. So this is a cooler from Can-Am as well. This is a great cooler. It's really big. It holds a lot of water on it. I have a couple of videos where I install all of this, so you will be able to see it. Same, we have the roof rack. Well, not roof rack, but the second rack from Can-Am as well, that matches the cage as well. Here I actually added for the wheels. I have a spare tire, and I have, you know, like a jack that allows me to, you know, change the wheels if I need to. Same again on the back for protection as well. I have the rear how do you call it, rear fender. That's you know, really useful to make sure that, you know, you protect from any crash or anything. That's really making everything working out. Here again, I have the rear camera. So this rear camera is what allows to see anything that is behind me. It's really useful. As you can see on the Can-Am, you don't see much. So these allow on the iPad and the out-of-box to make sure that I can actually have visibility behind me, and at the same time it allows to record. So I did a little bit of some engineering or some working around where I actually drilled 2 different holes, and then I actually put the hardware that's really sturdy so it doesn't shake or move anywhere. Same again on the rear wheels. I have spring spacers that allows me to have an extra height for ground clearance as well. Due to that, I added the wheel spacers, so that allows me to add width to my vehicle and gain some balance as well. So the center of gravity, it's more stable, and I have a vehicle that it's stable and doesn't roll over. Other things I also added here: rock blocks, protecting for any kind of debris that comes into the wheel and destroys my wheels. Also, for the sway bar, I added the Assault to stir everything up and make it more stronger and really hard. So that's also one of the other things that I added. Same here, butt flaps from rock blocks. I have that as well in here. So that allowed to, you know, make sure that all the debris are out of the vehicle. On the back again, tie rods, all that I added Assault, everything on the back and as well on the rear. So everything is Assault here, really sturdy, really strong. So that's really to make sure that the vehicle is working fine and it's strong. Here on the side, you will be able to see it a little bit better, but I have a straight pipe. So this is what I have on the Stage 5. So I have a straight pipe, reduce the weight, increase a lot the noise of the exhaust, but increase a lot the power once you have not only the straight pipe, cat delete, and I also as well, you will see, you will have the turbo blow-off valve right there. That's going to be right there. I also added a couple of rock lights as well on it. So this is for the Stage 5. It actually puts the vehicle almost a gain of 100 horsepower on it, so it really makes the engine really noisy, but at the same time really performant. So that's some of the things that I added as well. What else have I added here? Pretty much it, guys. As you can see, it's everything that it's in there. So I hope you guys like this. This is really much what I have on the Can-Am. Other things that I've added is here's a couple of accessories. So this is to allow to have an extra belt or to put any extra tools, a shovel that I have. Another thing that I also forgot to mention is with the cameras, I have a side camera as well that allow me on the iPad to switch views from the rear to the side, and allows me to actually really have different views and make sure that, you know, I can have a 360 view camera around and be able to record everything around it. So that's pretty fun. Any other things that I've added to it, I believe is pretty much it. But as you can see, guys, this is pretty much everything I have on it. It's pretty fun. It makes the vehicle really pop. I added some wrap on the doors because, as you can see, I've rolled over a couple of times, but this protects it a little bit. And as well, you know, I have the YouTube channel also there, so you can see that. You can see everything that I added. And that's pretty much. So if you want to see everything and how I installed all these different accessories, you can follow the channel. There's a playlist where you can see each and every installation of all these accessories, especially for the Stage 5, which is not only the straight pipe, the cat delete, the turbo valve and all the injectors, but also the ECU reprogramming with the little tuner that you have over there on the screen. So all that is on the playlist. You can see everything that it's installed and how everything works. So guys, I hope you can actually see everything that I've done on the vehicle. I hope you really like it. The vehicle is really great. I believe it's around right now, because of the Stage 5, to 250 to 60 horsepower. I'm trying to get a dyno to make sure that, you know, I can go and have an exact number on it, but as you can see, it's pretty neat. With the new width that I add on the wheels, I think the balance is going to be really good. So that's going to be awesome. So we're going to be taking these in multiple rides, and I'm going to be posting all those rides with all the footage that I have of different cameras, GoPro, out of box, rear front camera, side cameras and all that. So hope you guys like it. If you have any question, make sure you put it on the comments. Make sure to subscribe and support the team as well. So, you know, we can keep posting more videos and more tutorials on how to install different accessories on this. If you have any question, make sure that, you know, you put them on the comment box. Make sure you subscribe, you click the little bell so you don't miss any rides or any future videos. And hopefully you like it, and see you next time.